The sun had begun its slow descent beyond the hills, bleeding gold and crimson into the soft edges of the sky. The air was warm, tinged with that delicate coolness that comes just before dusk, and the hush that settled over the earth felt like something sacred. Louisa Clark sat cross-legged on the thick tartan blanket, fingers absently knotting a loose thread. She looked sideways at Will, reclined in his chair just beside her, his eyes turned toward the horizon, unblinking, unflinching, like he didn't want to miss a single second. "Is it too bright for you?" she asked gently, breaking the silence. Will didn't answer right away. His expression was calm, thoughtful. Then he said, "It's perfect. Don't ruin it by talking." Louisa smiled. It was the kind of half-smile that lingered in her cheeks even after it faded from her lips, a smile that didn't mind being teased anymore. She'd grown used to Will's sarcasm, had even come to treasure it in moments like this, where the space between them was too full to fill with meaningless words. She turned her gaze back to the sky. The colors were shifting every second, as if someone was slowly mixing watercolors in the clouds. Pale pink dripped into tangerine. Lavender bruised the edges of the light. A soft breeze danced through the grass, brushing over her bare arms. He said nothing, but she felt his eyes on her. Louisa tried not to fidget. There was something in the air that made her want to say everything, and nothing, all at once. She swallowed, cheeks flushed for no reason she could name. Maybe it was the warmth of the sunset. Or maybe it was Will. "I used to think sunsets were cheesy," she admitted, voice quiet. "Like, the kind of thing people put in bad calendars with inspirational quotes." Will snorted. "You still think that?" She glanced at him again. His head was tilted slightly, his eyes still fixed forward, but his mouth had curved at the corners. "No," she said, softer this time. "Not now." He was silent again, but not distant. Lou could feel the weight of his attention even without looking. She wondered what he saw in the sky, or if he was watching something else, someone else, entirely. "You look sad," she murmured. Will's gaze didn't waver. "I'm not sad," he said. "I'm here. That's all." It struck her, the simplicity, the honesty of it. Just being here was something for Will. Watching a sunset, breathing open air, sharing a moment. She blinked against the sting in her eyes. Louisa tucked her knees up and wrapped her arms around them, the way she always did when she needed to hold something in. "I wish," she started, then paused. Will finally looked at her. It was a slow movement, deliberate, but his eyes met hers, and they locked in the fading light. "You wish what?" he asked, his voice softer now. Not teasing. Just, "Will, I wish I'd met you before," she whispered. Will didn't look away. For a second, the silence stretched too long, heavy and fragile, like it might shatter if either of them breathed too loudly. "You wouldn't have liked me before," he said quietly. "I think I would have," she replied. His lips pressed into a thin smile, sadder this time. "You'd have thought I was arrogant. A pain in the ass." "I do think that," Lou said, and he laughed, an actual laugh, and for a heartbeat, it was everything. The kind of laugh that slipped into her chest and made a home there. Will's eyes softened. "You surprise me, Clark." She bit her lip. "In a good way?" "In the only way that matters." Her heart thudded. She didn't know what to do with the warmth that filled her. She wanted to lean over and touch his hand. She wanted to say something brave, but all she could do was sit still and look at him like he was the most complicated story she'd never quite finish reading. The sky had dipped now into deeper violets and dusky oranges. A single star blinked into view above them, and the first chirps of crickets whispered in the grass. Will's gaze drifted back to the sky. "This is better than I remembered." "You used to watch sunsets like this before?" she asked. "Not like this," he said. "Never like this." And Louisa knew, without him saying more, that it wasn't about the sky. It was about her. She swallowed the lump in her throat, blinking fast. "Will? I'm glad you're here." He turned toward her one last time, and the look in his eyes was the kind that could break and rebuild her in the same moment. "I'm glad you're here too, Clark." They didn't say anything else. They just watched the sun disappear, together. And in the silence between words, she felt it, the ache, the closeness, the everything. And it was enough. For now.